Okay, so CGI or is it props or mix?
They are mainly CGI, but when we're shooting, there's either nothing there or we have sometimes these two-dimensional cardboard cutout wings, which are used as a kind of visual reference for our post-production team, and they're quite funny to have on set because they're just like these flat wings. And someone just has to like stand up and pop them behind me.
Yeah, because the wingspan it's huge.
So I'm related to a condor. I don't know if you know that. The ornithological joke.
I like it. So covering this show, I tell people, hey, I'm going to go with Lucifer. How do people react to that? I know you've been on there for a long time, and when you talk to your friends, like, I'm here for Lucifer, and it's like, is it funny, like, you're here for the devil?
It is quite weird. I mean, when I always remember in season 1 when the show had just come out, and we were shooting in Vancouver at the time, and I remember coming back through customs at the airport, and I was about to go to the TSA guy with my passport, and there was a line of people behind me, and he just looked up and he went, "Oh my God, you're Lucifer!" I looked at the people behind me and I was like, "I'm not." Just clarify that. But it is quite a funny thing to happen, for sure.
Yeah. For me, I've been enjoying like speaking to people that either I meet or people. Oh, what are you doing now? And I'm like, oh well, I'm on Lucifer, and it's fun to see people go, "Oh my God, like I love that show!" And there's a lot of fans out there. Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a lot of fans. I found that out by putting up those photos from the other day.
Oh, really?
Someone actually sent me a song.
They sent you a song?
A song.
A passage from the Bible.
Oh, a psalm. I'm so sorry. Which song did they send you?
I forgot.
That's somebody you definitely want to reply to. Like you want to start a dialogue.
Were they happy about it, or were they kind of going, "I can't believe you just spent time with those horrendous people.
No.
Here's a psalm to ease your soul." No? Okay.
Well, to that point, do you either...
What have you being horrendous people?
On that note,
to the psalm situation, either of you gotten any backlash for the subject matter? I know it's a comic book, but some people just are recreationally outraged now.
There was I love that phrase, recreationally outraged. I love that. There was a mild furore when we first started the show, and it was. I don't want to say amusing because that sounds like I'm patronising it. I'm trying not to be, but people made noise about the show before they'd seen it, and to me, I just think that sort of says a lot more about them than it does about the show. And then since the show's been out, people have quietened up because they realise that it's not what they thought it was. The nice thing about the show is I think we've surprised a lot of people because they assume, whether they're going to be offended or not about the religious side of it, they assume it's going to be a dark, brooding comic book show. And they're as pleasantly surprised as I was when I first opened it and read the pilot script, that it's a really funny, kind of satirical take on this character and putting that into a relatively realistic world. And that's what this show is about. It's a lot of fun, and if it does subtly flag up stuff about humanity, it does it with a smile on its face.
Yeah. For me, it's less about glorifying something that a lot of people feel not so great about glorifying. To me, what the show does is it shines a light on the human condition more than it does glorify what some people would think to be, a bad person.
And it's always been, I've always thought of this as the ultimate redemption story. And if people find it hard to believe that no one deserves redemption, then again, that's like I have more of a problem with those people than I do about the story we're telling, because I think, it's worthwhile telling that. The most irredeemable character in history on a path to redemption. Why not tell that story?
Yeah, that. So you're back in the City of Angels, California dreaming. How are you enjoying that? Being local, not having to travel up to Canada and have to run into TSA with those situations.
I mean,
have you ever been? Sorry, go on. This is a sidebar. I'm thinking like. Maybe you're running late for a plane and they're like, now boarding, Lucifer. We're waiting for one of
Mr. Morningstar gate 27.
There you go.
I mean, it is lovely to be in Los Angeles, both professionally and personally. We shot the pilot of the show here, and when we were doing that, it was very obvious to me that Los Angeles wasn't just a place where this show was set, but it was part of our story. It was almost a character in the story. It's something special about this place. People come to reinvent themselves, and that's pretty much what Lucifer's MO was when he started.
Well, and when I saw the pilot, there was really something cool about when you see Lucifer walking down down the boulevard. It's like, that's cool. Like, who doesn't want to see that?
And there's something about Los Angeles. Not a lot of people haven't been to Los Angeles, but they assume they know something about it. And so being able to sort of like, shoot a scene where in the background of one of our characters there's the Hollywood sign, and in the background there's the Greek observatory. You're sort of checking these places that people want to see.
And the beach.
And the beach.
Literally.
We do a lot of shooting down at the beach because it's, we want to showcase LA as well. And so being able to embrace that this year has been great and good for the show.
Well, having seen the pilot, were you looking for an opportunity to get on the show?
That's funny. Stop calling me for 3 years.
I had, after 2 years of trying to get Tom's number and leaving a message, I had to go another route and like meet the showrunners first. No, I'm kidding. No, I watched the show, and then I was just fortunate enough, they'd reached out, and I mean, it's such a fun thing to be a part of something that you're already a fan of yourself. Yeah.
So we are a week away from the premiere of season 3. What can the fans expect from this year's season? Because we were lucky to see the first episode, and it looks like you guys are having a lot of fun on set. So what can the fans expect for this year?
I think one of the nice things about getting this far in the process, having a third season, we've already got. Our audience and our fan base are heavily invested in our characters. And so what we're having a lot of fun with this year is sort of cross-pollinating relationships. And we haven't, there's a lot of characters spending time together that have not even met each other before in the show. And that in itself has been, it's been refreshing for us as actors to be able to kind of, go and work with different members of our cast. But, it translates onto screen. Again, there's a lot of fun, and that's always been a big part of this show. It's been, we want it to be fun, we want it to be entertaining, and we have a lot of fun making that. And I think that if you can have fun making something, it really translates on the screen.
So Lucifer's ready to tell Chloe his true feelings. So now
he's ready to show her.
Right, but then we have a new character. Are you going to be a love interest?
I'm really happy they made a mistake casting me. I mean, that was like, really? Okay. Watch this. No, it's fun. At the end of season 2, having watched the show, I think the characters got not necessarily comfortable, but they felt like oh, I know who you are. I get this, sort of thing. So my character hopefully comes in and shakes that up a little bit and reveals things about characters that maybe they didn't know.
Because in the first part of the show, I'll say it, you're kind of a dick, right? Because you come in, everyone's praising you.
I'm so glad you got that.
That's something we were going for. Yeah, I was typecast, actually. What are you gonna do? It happens in the business. Yeah.
That's unexpected.
I would say more enigmatic than dick.
Okay.
So last week we had a chance to check out the set, and Tom brought up that you know more about your characters than the people you're working with.
Yeah.
Does that work with both of you guys? Do you know exactly what he's up to, and do you know what?
I mean, I can't speak. I can't speak for you. I know that there's a lot of people who don't know exactly where I'm going. I mean, I have an idea by talking to the showrunners, but there's something where like too much information sometimes is finding things out about characters is like fun in a scene.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's we were joking about it the other day, but there's Mike Leigh, who's a famous British filmmaker who works in a way where you work basically from improvisation, but part of the key to his work is that the actors in the movie don't know what the other actors do.
Yeah.
And so you find it out as you would in real life. You are surprised, and there are things you don't know about people, and that creates quite a truthful storytelling process. So I think not knowing too much is really helpful in that.
Like even it was like the first episode with Amy. When I first met Amy, she's like, "Oh, great work," and she's like, "What are you doing? Like, what's your character?" And I was like, "Can't tell you."
She's classic Garcia, by the way.
Yeah,
She needs to know everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Just wanted to thank you also for going on Michael's show. There was a lot of great insights.
Yeah. You know, the thing about working with Michael for so long is he's got like dirt on me. that was a blackmail thing. He was like, "Come on the show, dude." And I'm like, "I'm not doing." I was like, "All right,
Photos."
Yeah, exactly.
All right, thanks a lot.
If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch more coverage from MUSE.